So I just dove into this XML-Lib project, and wow, it's a whole ecosystem for XML lifecycle management.
Right, the features are pretty mind-blowing. The pipeline automation alone is fascinating, with error recovery and rollback.
Exactly, it's like a safety net for XML processing. But wait, how does the error recovery actually work?
Good question. The documentation mentions declarative workflows, which means you define each step and its conditions.
So it essentially creates a roadmap for the process. That's pretty cool. I can see how that would save time.
Absolutely. And then there's the validation with Relax NG and Schematron. Those really beef up the quality control.
Right, but I wonder, does that add a lot of complexity to the setup? I mean, not everyone is familiar with those standards.
That's a valid point. While they enhance rigor, they also require a learning curve. But once you get the hang of it, it pays off.
True, but I'd still be skeptical about how accessible it is for new users. Maybe they should offer more tutorials or examples.
That could definitely help. Speaking of examples, did you see the Quick Start Guide? It claims you can get running in 15 minutes.
I saw that, it's impressive, but I'd love to see if it really lives up to the claim. What's the first step?
You start by cloning the repository, which is straightforward. Then, you install dependencies.
Okay, that sounds simple enough, but I wonder about the long-term maintenance. How do you keep everything updated?
That's where it gets tricky. Keeping dependencies up to date can be a hassle, especially with rapid development.
Right, and then there's also the potential for breaking changes. That could lead to a lot of headaches.
Exactly, it's a balancing act. You want the latest features, but stability is key too.
Speaking of features, the content address storage for deduplication caught my eye. It sounds really efficient.
Yes, the deterministic UUIDs and SHA-256 addressing are solid approaches for managing data integrity.
But isn't there a risk with relying solely on SHA-256? If there were weaknesses discovered, wouldn't that be problematic?
That is a concern. Cryptographic algorithms can have vulnerabilities over time, so it's a constant need to monitor and adapt.
Totally, and what about the signed assertion ledger? It sounds like it adds a layer of trust.
Definitely. It provides provenance tracking, which is essential for accountability in XML processing.
But how do you ensure that the signing process itself is secure? I imagine that's critical.
Great point. If the signing process is compromised, the whole ledger's integrity can be questioned.
So it really hinges on both the cryptography and the management of those keys. It's complex.
Exactly. And the mathematical engine for proof verification adds yet another layer of sophistication.
I know, right? Using Banach and Hilbert spaces for formal verification is quite a leap.
It's ambitious for sure, but does that make it hard for practitioners who aren't mathematically inclined?
That's a solid point. Theoretical concepts can alienate users who just want practical solutions.
And then, what about the examples they provide? Do they actually illustrate these complex ideas well?
I found the example documents helpful, but they could definitely use more context in some areas.
Yeah, context is key. Users need to see how to apply these concepts practically.
And while we're on examples, the PowerPoint generation feature is intriguing. That's quite a unique application.
It really is. Turning XML into presentations could revolutionize how we share data.
But again, what if the XML structure changes? Would that mess up the presentations?
It could. That's why having a stable schema is crucial for maintaining compatibility.
So if we put all this together, XML-Lib is powerful but can be quite complex.
Exactly. It's a blend of robust features and potential pitfalls, which makes it both exciting and daunting.
Ultimately, the real challenge might be finding that balance between innovation and usability.
Absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see how they continue to evolve with user feedback.
For sure, I'm left wondering how many users will actually dive into this level of complexity.
That's a good question. It could either drive adoption or push people away. Time will tell.